And now you can see the Anime and Alcohol Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and great happy hour specials. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information. It's Sunday morning, 8 a.m. That means it's time to drink some beer and talk some anime and other stuff. This is the Anime and Alcohol Show, live here on Rough Edge FM with your host, Devin Crow.
Time. I got all my promo shit put out before the show started.
Look at that. Perfect timing.
In the intro, I had 1 minute and 11 seconds to get that shit.
You did good.
And I did it.
Like lightning. So, well, we got some interesting things to talk about, one of which I just want to punch Devin for.
I told Scott to watch an episode, the new episode of Chainsmoker Cat on Netflix. And I did give him a cautionary warning that it may be uncensored and it's very chaotic.
It was a little censored.
Yes, they did censor the diarrhea scene.
You know, a lot of times somebody says they recommend that you watch something, and sometimes you say WTF because it's bizarre and weird.
Here's the thing, I didn't recommend it. I just told him, hey, try and watch an episode of this anime.
That's true.
Before the show, it wasn't like I highly recommend this show. It's great. No, I didn't say that.
Just please try to watch it before Sunday.
Yeah.
So I did. And like I said, a lot of things you watch, people give you to watch. You go WTF. This one's a WTAF. What the actual?
Yeah.
Seriously, dude. Tell our lovely audience what Chainsmoker Cat is all about. Based on a manga.
It is based on a manga. Oh, I forgot to send one out.
I thought, that's we're gonna get based on a manga.
It is based on a manga. It follows a group of what they call anthros, which are anthropomorphic cat girls. And our main one is just completely addicted to chain smoking. I mean, any means necessary. She buys a new pack. I mean, this is how bad her addiction is. She buys a new pack and the cigarettes are so tightly in there. And when she flicks them, a bunch of the cigarettes fly out of the package and the tips of them land on dog shit or just shit in general.
Censored shit.
Yes. And,
pixelated.
And, she goes to pick up the clean ones and she was like, I'll just smoke the clean ones. And then she walks out of screen and then she walks back in screen and starts picking the cigarettes out of the shit. Just saying, oh, it'll be fine as long as I just cut the tips off, and then walks back. But it does start off with her smoking on her balcony. She pours the dirty cigarette water on her landlord's head by accident. He bursts in as he's taking her shirt off and sees her boob. And
which seem to be larger than they are when she's wearing something.
Well, that's normal in anime. Physics don't apply in anime. And then he proceeds to get an erection. He just gets a fat boner,
which is not pixelated.
No,
but it is hidden by trousers.
Yes. I like the swing.
Yeah.
Swing. Yeah. And
then he runs off to his apartment.
Polishes
the bishop.
Yeah, polishes the bishop. And
the whole time going, stupid cat girl.
Yeah. And she then gets a violent diarrhea and they proceed to show her shitting her brains out on the toilet.
He's not lying.
Yeah. That's literally like the first 60 seconds of the show.
Yeah. It was like that scene from Jackass, the last Jackass movie.
Yeah.
And if you've seen it, you know what scene I'm talking about. It was like that scene except anime. And thank God my wife had already gone to bed, because I was watching that going, she would not understand this. And Devin has a wife story about that as well.
Yeah, I was watching it, and Letitia was watching her Chinese drama on her phone. And the moment she looks up is when the cat girl is just absolutely blowing her brains out on the toilet,
straddling it facing the wall, so you get to see all of the working parts.
Yeah, they did censor the poop coming out, but that was about it.
I didn't notice that on my end.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the story isn't really a story. It's just it's a character study.
It's just it's a slice of life.
Yeah,
it's a chaotic slice of life anime where the girl's just completely addicted to smoking,
and it's and because she is, that's all she can think about at all times, and her house is a filthy mess.
Yeah,
disgusting.
It's a disgusting, filthy mess.
Cigarette butts, trash laying around, everything else. Her sister won't even come visit her because she only will come to the house once it's clean. It was weird, dude.
Yeah, and there's other cat girls in the anime that it follows as well, and each one has a separate addiction to something. One of them's addicted to hard drugs. One of them's addicted to alcohol. I think one of them's a sex addict.
Gotta be, if they're covering all the
but the intro to the anime references other scenes in other very popular movies. There's a scene from Dumb and Dumber,
Pulp Fiction.
I didn't recognize the other movies. A Breakfast Club. There's a Breakfast Club scene.
Not until you see them side by side do you put it together, but it looks really nice.
Yeah,
and that's why, is because they're mimicking these scenes.
Yeah,
and I didn't recognize any of them at the time I was watching it. I was just thinking that I remember thinking that this is a nice intro.
Yeah,
But then you showed me the side by side and went, no wonder it's a nice intro. The only one I got was the Jackie Chan reference.
Oh yeah, the Jackie Chan reference. Yeah, of falling onto the.
Yeah, and we don't recommend you watch this show.
Oh no, well, watch it. That. No, I recommend watching just the show in general. Just know what you're getting into.
You've only seen one episode.
There's only one episode.
Yeah, because I was going to say I tried to watch episode 2 and it says something about July 9th. But I thought maybe about elsewhere. It was,
there's no new episode.
It's just weird.
Yeah, it's a weird, chaotic anime. In fact, like I guess people in Japan are dropping the Chainsmoker Cat anime because of how gross it is, and it's like, yeah, it's a fucking gross show. I mean, that's the kind of the premise of the show. It's not really a kid's show. It's definitely not a kid's anime. And most anime isn't for kids. So
when I first started watching it, I thought they're not going to glorify smoking, aren't they? Because that's going to kill a lot of people. I'm sorry, but cigarette smoking gives you lung cancer. And then they went past that to now they're kind of talking about how horrible this poor person's life is because of the cigarette smoking.
Yeah,
but it still didn't really damn it.
Different culture.
No, I get that.
Smoking is very big in Japan.
It's still going to kill you.
Yes.
So
yeah,
that's the thing, and it was odd to see them initially, and even initially, it's not glorified. I can't use that word, but they're kind of like, oh, look how cool it is that she smokes, kind of like James Dean smoking, and then by the end, it's like you see the smoking has just ruined her life to the point that she's what she is because of her smoking addiction.
Yeah.
Can't even call it a habit. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
Weird show. Dude, it's freaky.
You're going to watch episode 2 though, aren't you?
I got to see what's going to happen next. But I had no idea what's going to happen next.
And now you know what to expect. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I do have
definitely have to wait for Shelly to go to bed.
Yeah. I'm not going to watch that when she's around. I thought we had a comment.
No, it's just streaming.
We are taking comments. So if you love Chainsmoker Cat, if you saw it in a different light than we do, first, check with your doctor. Secondly,
I will say this. The animation quality is superb in it.
I don't disagree with that.
The animation quality, they fucking cooked.
Especially the opening intro.
Yeah. I mean, the anime in general has very high quality animation. And another anime that aired that had just superb animation quality, I believe it's called something Heavy Night. Hold on, let me go to my lists.
The exiled Heavy Night knows how to game the system.
That's it. The exiled heavy knight knows how to game the system.
It looks kind of cool. I'll pull up.
Well, that's not from it. You just typed in heavy knight, so you have to type in the actual title to get images.
I was all impressed, and now I'm going to be disappointed. Is that it? I think it is.
Yes, that's it.
Is this a good one?
Yeah.
That's good.
Not from that's IMBD. You'll probably have to convert that,
Okay.
but
Give me a second while he talks about it.
So essentially it's this world that your class is everything, and he realizes that this is the game he's been playing, and he is the son of a noble, and he goes in for his class assessment. Basically, he's given his whether he's a mage, heavy knight, swordsman, and he's like, I recognize this is the game I played. Oh man, I hope I get the heavy knight because it's the most broken class and you can do so much with it. And then he ends up getting it, and he's excited because he's like, this class is fucking awesome, because he knows how to get the system. Well, it turns out that in the world, because it's not the game, in the world, everyone considers that class useless.
Oh, really?
Yes, because it has low attack stats, and that no one's ever really developed it. You've just been exiled out, and no one's ever really developed it. So his dad ends up disowning him and like literally punching him in the face. And then you should
take him to court.
Yeah, his cousin, which is that chick, she ends up showing up to get her assessment as well, and she gets the class that everyone wants, which is the like master swordsman or some shit like that. And the dad ends up disowning his son, kicking him out, and then essentially calling that girl his daughter now. And the dad tells his son that if he ever uses the name, he'll find him and behead him.
Wow, that's pretty serious punishment.
Yeah. So, but he's just like, fuck it, whatever, we're gonna ball. And he goes and he goes, oh, that was a JPEG. Look at that. You don't even have to convert it.
Did it say JPEG?
Yeah. And the animation quality on this is really good. There's some weird facial stuff in one of the adventures that he saves, but pretty clear and really good. I mean, that's the anime right there. But it's definitely one of those animes that have like very exaggerated facial expressions.
Even that picture looks like something out of Obsession.
Yeah. So highly recommend that one. Yeah, really, really recommend that one. Another anime that popped up in your search, go back to your little search tab there. Nope. It's already on there. So just the picture top right.
This one?
Yep. Frontier Lord, the Frontier Lord with 0 subjects.
I love the artwork of that already.
Yes. And it's already a JPEG.
I like it.
So this follows a war veteran who has been gifted, or he's been given a title and a domain to manage to,
like roughedge.com.
Yeah. Yes.
Not that kind of domain.
And he finally gets to this domain that he's been given to by the king, and it's just grasslands. It's just empty fields. And he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but you know what I'm gonna work with what I have, and so on and so forth. And he falls asleep on the grass, and he wakes up to that girl with the horn on her head looking over him.
I didn't realize that was a horn.
Yeah. And she starts asking him questions, and they have a power or an ability that, if they can tell their intent by how their horn glows, what color their horn glows.
Okay.
Like if they're lying to them, their horn will glow red. If what they speak is true, their horn will glow blue.
What if they're horny?
I haven't figured that out yet. I don't think it glows at all, but so she's asking him all these questions and he's answering them honestly, and the horn is just like vibrantly glowing blue. And so she takes him to the tribe and to meet the tribe leader, and he explains everything, that he was gifted this land by the king and to get subjects for it and build a town and pay the king and blah 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 blah. Well, she assigns her, the one that's in the intro, in the cover, to watch over him until he can get his footing, and they give him like a yurt and a couple of sheep to breed for wool and stuff like that. But it's really interesting because
the sheep look cute.
How those people measure attractiveness is different than, and they kind of go over this as well, because he goes out to hunt and they give him this powder that attracts monsters, and he just was like, I'll just use the whole fucking thing. And this whole stampede of like these bulls come by, and he ends up like killing 30 of them, and he brings back one, and she's like super impressed that he brought back one. And he's like, well, there's 30 more. And he's like, I took out half the herd. I wasn't able to get all of them. And her face is just like lit up. And the chief is there, and he explains to him that it's more of a measure of worth is how you can provide. So like, and he's like, oh, that's not how women are attracted to us where I'm from. It's, by looks and stuff.
Physical looks, yeah.
Yeah, physical looks. And the chief is like, well, fucking, or no, actually, I think it's her. And she's like, well, I mean, physical looks are great, but I mean, ain't gonna put food on the table. It ain't gonna, ain't gonna build a yurt. It ain't gonna do this, this, and this. And so that's the measure of worth to them. So already now he's on good standing, he can provide, so that's super impressive. And so then they go out on a monster hunt, and they end up running into an earth dragon, and this earth dragon looks like a giant turtle. And she is like, we got to turn around. We can't take this thing on. There's no chance. And he's just like, well, I'm already here. I might as well give it a shot, Yeah. And he goes and pummels this earth turtle, and, it's sucked into its shell, and he's not doing anything. And his weapon is cracking. And she's just like, oh, we got to turn around. His weapon's no good. And he has an ability to mend his weapon. So to heal minor damage onto his weapon. And she's impressed by that. She's like, holy shit, he just fixed his weapon on the fly.
Is that him in the background of this image?
Yes.
It's too bad he's not uglier.
Yeah.
Because it would have made the attractiveness more.
Yeah.
There he kind of looks like a Disney prince.
With the giant axe, battle axe.
That axe looks unwieldy. I'm just saying.
Well, look how big that dude is.
Exactly.
I mean, he's got fucking tree trunks for arms.
That's true too.
Yeah, tree trunks. Well, so he finally ends up starting to do some damage to this earth dragon, and the earth dragon pops out of its shell and then goes on a rampage, and then starts to target her specifically, who's hiding off into the rocks. Well, he ends up seeing that the earth dragon is starting to target her, and he just goes berserk and just smashes this earth dragon.
With that hammer?
Yeah, with that axe. Kills it, and then she is, somewhat injured, and he's totally concerned about her. He's like, oh my God, and she runs up, and she's just like,
my hero.
She basically says, you're going to marry me.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's, this person that did it for her.
Put her over the top.
That put her over the top. And then it ends. And it's funny because like I didn't notice the cover image, because on Crunchyroll it's a lot smaller, so I also don't really pay attention to the cover image that there's two little girls. That's their kids. They get married and have kids.
Oh,
so that is their children. I really recommend this anime.
Really?
It is a pretty solid little cute fantasy town building slice of life.
The woman there looks like the woman that you see on those slot machines in Las Vegas.
Oh, she totally does.
The beer house or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
She looks just like that.
Super.
Right, so there you go. Recommendation from Devin.
Yeah.
The Frontier Lord begins with 0 subjects.
Yes. I've watched a lot of new anime. I will say this season, and I knew the summer season was going to be a bit of a banger because it Yeah, it's just good.
Now, before we go any further, I wanted to start the show with this. Can you hold your hands up to the camera, please? Okay, so both of us, no loss of fingers yesterday.
No, I know yesterday was the last day of some people having 10 fingers.
That's
so,
right.
yeah.
Every time the siren, because there were many sirens last night, and every time one went by, I would say, "Oh, they're going to get somebody with only 3 fingers now."
Yeah.
Because that happens a lot, unfortunately.
Yep.
I did ever tell you the story about a friend's girlfriend. He had this new girlfriend, and she'd heard all these stories about Doug being a prankster, Doug, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And so she couldn't wait to meet Doug because she was going to pull a prank on him.
Mm-hmm.
This was her idea of a prank. The first time she met Doug, she was going to light a firecracker and throw it at him. That was her prank. Okay, so that gives you a general idea. This also gives you a much better idea. That day finally comes. They're camping at the beach, and Doug and I go down there, and Doug meets her for the first time. Something bounces off his chest, and he hears this bang and a little scream. Well, this girl who wanted to play this prank on Doug lit the firecracker and then threw the lighter at Doug.
Oh, my God.
Held on to the firecracker. Now, thankfully, there was no finger loss, but there was quite a bit of flesh burn. But anyway, always makes me think of that story. I love that story.
That's hilarious.
Throws the lighter at him. Doy. Doug would have been really pissed if she threw the firecracker.
I bet.
He would have been very pissed off.
Yeah.
So what else you got?
So this one aired on July 1st, actually, and this is Villager Level 999. And this is a fantasy anime where Japan has been it's like in the distant future, and Japan has suddenly been kind of taken over by monsters, and people have been given classes, and it's level based, and they go to say that, depending on your class, kind of caps out your level at a certain, typically a villager is level between 1 and 10, and heroes can level up, and there's mages and so on and so forth. And it follows our character, who is just wanting to make money, and it looks like he wants to make money because the guild has a mystery chest that's 1,000 gold coins, or
it's not much of a mystery if they know what's in it.
10,000 gold coins. Well, they don't know. No, it costs 10,000 gold.
Oh, I got you.
And so he wants to buy that. So he's just doing random jobs and so on and so forth. But he is kind of sitting up in the tree counting his money when he hears a scream, and it's a villager and his child that is being attacked by a slime, and he just obliterates the fucking slime, just obliterates it. And the kid's like, "Oh, are you a hero?" And he's like, "No." And he pops open his thing, and it shows that he's a villager. And they were like, "Oh my God, how did you do it?" And he pops up at his level, and it's level 999, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? How did you get to level 999?" But it goes to a little more depth that the demons, which are the ones with the horns, and that little girl is also a demon as well, that they emit excessive mana, which is what spawns the monsters.
Okay.
And so the humans think that the demons are the cause of this, and that they need to be eradicated in order to, fix Japan, essentially. And so it's like we have the hero who's on the left-hand side, and then she's a priest for the hero as well, and he's getting a party together to slay the demon lord.
Who's the guy with the housewife's lips?
That is actually a woman.
Who's the woman with the housewife lips?
I'll get to her in a second.
Oh, okay.
Well, so our main character, he goes into a dungeon to do a quest to kill these blue orcs or whatever they are. Unbeknownst to him, the little girl with the red hair is also in there, and the hero's party is also in there, because there is a legendary sword that only a hero can wield, and
like Excalibur.
Yeah, kind of like Excalibur. and it's hidden in the dungeon, and because of this national treasure item that the king of the land had put it in the dungeon. We're having trouble streaming for Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook, and it is possible that the stream was ended or deleted on Facebook. We will keep trying to know if this is resolved.
That's a notification we got from StreamYard Facebook. Sorry, go to YouTube.
But anywho, so all three of them are in there, and he's doing his quest to kill 30 orcs for the money, and they all kind of meet in this chamber where the sword is at, but the sword is missing, and the heroes party think it's the little girl that stole it because she has little demon horns on the back of her head, and she's admitting excessive mana from her body, and so they go to attack her, and then our main character jumps in at the last minute, blocks the attack, and everyone's like, holy shit, how did you just block that attack, blah blah blah. And he's like, the fuck, this is a kid, why would you
she
attack
this
a kid, and they were like, oh, she's a demon, can't you see the horns on the back of her head? Well, when he was
wondering where her horns were, because you can't see them here.
No, they're like tiny little nubs on the back of her head. But when he was fighting the blue orcs dropped a rare item, which was one of their horns, which is admitting mana from that. And so he was like, those aren't horns, that's a hair accessory, this is my little sister, and they're like, oh, she's admitting mana, how do you explain that? And he was like, oh, when I was killing blue orcs, this dropped, and that's what's admitting the mana. And they were like, oh, okay. Well, they were like, well, you were able to block our attack and blah blah blah, you should join. And he's like, yeah, I'm good, yeah, I'm good. I have no desire to join you guys. And he's just doing his own thing,
Yeah.
Well, so he turns them down, and they're just like, well, what's your title? You have to be something strong. And he's like, no, I'm just a villager. He shows the title.
Villager named Bill.
Yeah. Oh, and so then they're like, well, what is your level? Like, this is insane. How would you ever block? And he shows his level, and they're all flabbergasted, obviously, because they're just like, level 999. What have you been doing to get to level 999? They later explain that in order to level up, you have to fight monsters of equal or greater value to your level in order to gain enough experience to level up. And so the little girl's like, how the fuck did he, how did he get to level 999? That's crazy. But so he leaves the dungeon. The little girl's following him, and he's like, all right, well, you're good now, they shouldn't be attacking you. Well, then she asks for his help. Her dad, who is the demon lord, is sick, and he's like, that's your dad. Yeah, I've run into him a couple of times, but he has no desire to kill the demon lord. He has no desire to kill her.
He's not a hunter.
He's more focused on like coexistence and shit, and that's her goal as well, as to coexist with humans and show that the demons aren't bad people, and they understand that they're spawning these monsters, but they're not doing it on purpose. And so man, did we get banned on Facebook for?
Well, I don't know. I haven't got any messages, so I don't know, but maybe.
But she wants him to buy a healing item so she can give it to her dad. And so through some convincing, he agrees to buy the healing item. And that's where that big buff chick that looks like a dude comes in, because he goes to get her and to get the healing item. And it's super funny because they're like, she's like, oh, wants to take the little girl to the hot springs. Oh, and then he also has a item that can block mana production, and he puts it on the little girl's horn so no one recognizes it's a demon. But she's like, well, let's go to the onsen, which is like the bathhouse, to wash up. And she's like, but I'm a girl and you're in. He goes, oh, by the way, she's actually a girl. And she's like, what? And he goes, yeah, she's been training so hard that all the fatty tissue in her breasts have just turned to muscle.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. And then this is 2 episodes. It was a 2-episode premiere, by the way. Then the town is attacked by one of the demon lords, generals or some shit like that. And he's just throwing monsters around like it's nothing. And that's kind of where it ended. But it's a pretty solid little show. It's not terrible animation quality. It's not like the greatest, but
And what's the name of that one again?
Villager level 999.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one. That was another new one. There's some new stuff today too that aired. I haven't obviously I woke up at like 7 a.m. to leave here at 7:20, so I haven't watched anything.
Count your fingers, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get those next week probably.
Yeah, I think we have a beer to try.
We do.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And now it's time for the 9 a.m. Sunday morning beer of the week here on the Anime Something or Other show live on Rough Edge FM. Brought to you by Pele Utu, Reno's only traditional tiki bar. A kaleidoscope of colors and tropical charm with the undeniable allure of paradise and intoxicatingly delicious cocktails. Pele Utu. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. 1275 Stardust Street in Reno, Nevada. For more information, please visit peleutu.com.
All right. Well, we have Kirin Ichi beer. This is by Kirin Brewery.
But it does have a secret.
It does. Zero Ichi beer. Taste non-alcoholic drink. That's essentially what it says. And I don't know if you want to put the face
yes, I do.
up on there, but there we go. As we know, Scott can't drink alcohol anymore. So
since I've switched to non-alcoholic beers and other things, it's amazing to me how many other people are willing to try it. And so far, nobody's been very disappointed. It's like, wow, it's come a long way. And that's good news.
Yeah, non-alcoholic beer has come a long way since O'Doul's, which was like really the only non-alcoholic beer.
Still out there and still bad. And Near Beer. Near Beer was the other one that was, oh, God. Yeah, a lot of these beers
smells of barley.
Okay.
Like I don't know if have you ever had barley tea before?
I don't know. I've had barley, obviously, but I don't know about barley tea.
So barley tea is a very popular Korean drink. It's also called barley water, but it's just barley steeped in water. Yeah. It's very refreshing, by the way. Barley tea is very, very refreshing.
And does it taste like the barley like you got to get out of this?
It smells like this.
Yeah.
It smells like barley water or barley tea. There's that there for you.
So what I like about it is I can have a whole beer.
You can have a whole cup instead of a instead of a little shot glass of beer.
Yeah. So to your health. This is the alcohol-free Ichi.
Yeah, by Kirin Brewery.
By Kirin. That is perhaps the barliest non-alcoholic beer I've ever had.
Yes, it is very barley. I will say I liked the acai from last week better.
Yeah, but it's not because the non-alcoholic beer is any better. It's that it's just a different flavor profile.
It is,
because this is more barley. That was probably more hops.
Yeah, that was a lot more. I don't know. This tastes fine. It's not gross or anything. I'll finish this. It definitely has like a toasted barley flavor to it. As opposed to the acai kind of really tasted like an acai beer, and this tastes like a toasted barley drink.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, though.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? What was that? That puff cereal with that had the frog as the logo.
Sugar Pops? No.
Maybe it was Sugar Pops. Sugar Puffs?
Sugar Puffs?
Sugar Pops?
No, Sugar Pops is not right. It was rice, wasn't it? The Rice Puffs?
No. Type in cereal with frog mascot.
There we go.
Honey Smacks. It tastes like Honey Smacks.
It does. It really does. Which is probably a lot of the same ingredients.
Yeah. Let's see.
Formerly known as Sugar Smacks.
Sugar Smacks.
Now known simply as Smacks. because they took the sugar out of it to make it sugar content. We don't care at the moment. Oh, a recall because they found horse parts in it. No, that's not what it says.
Presence of salmonella.
Yes.
It kind of tastes like Sugar Smacks. It really does.
It really does.
Yes.
Why is there no ingredients? You'd think that'd be part of this Wikipedia. But it's not. But anyway, I think Devin's looking it up there too. It is a sweetened puffed wheat breakfast cereal made by Kellogg's.
It was a wheat cereal.
So it's probably the wheat that we're tasting here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's what it tastes like. It's not terrible, but I definitely I would buy the non-alcoholic acai over this.
But if I was sitting at a bar and this is all they had, I'd be pleased that they had it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, non-alcoholic beer has come a long way from.
Oh my God.
I mean, really, when I was younger, the only non-alcoholic beer was O'Doul's. That was it.
And it's not very good. Even to this day. I've had an O'Doul's recently and it's not very good.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But the Stella, I got a Stella in there. Stella Nana, it tastes just like a regular Stella. It doesn't have the punch. You can always miss that punch.
Yeah.
But it's got that cleanliness, that's the wrong word. Stella has always been the cleanest beer I've ever tasted. And that's how the non-alcoholic version tastes as well. And surprisingly, the Guinness, very close to the original Guinness. So it's good news.
Guinness.
If you got to stop drinking beer, now is the time to stop drinking beer.
Yeah.
Drink the non-alcoholic stuff. So anyway, yeah, it's decent. I like that just fine.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like a toasted barley drink. That's how I would compare this to. And it's carbonated.
Yes. Yeah, I like that too. I watched a movie last night that I've been looking forward to just because I'm a huge John Cena fan, as everybody knows. I think it's called Little Brother, but let me make sure. Because Little Brother. It stars John Cena, Michelle Monaghan from Mission Impossible, Eric Andre, and Christopher Maloney, who is just terrific in it. It is a comedy about a man who, a successful man, not a super rich man. That would be his older brother. But he's a successful man who made a promise to a little kid when he was in high school via a church project that he'd be his big brother for life. Now, he meant like big brother.
Like the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, the program.
But this guy took it the other way. And so he thinks of him as a big brother. Shows back up in his life. And he's just a little nutty. And this other guy's trying to get successful in the reality television world. And now he's got this goofy brother who's getting all the attention because he's goofy. And it's kind of interfering with his world. Like I said, I watched it because of John Cena. Here's the problem with this movie. It's a comedy, right?
Yeah.
Comedies are supposed to be funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not funny. It's like, no, it's over.
Is it just like a comedy that turns out just to be annoying?
Yeah, very much so. A lot of parts. A lot of times it's just dull. No, that's not funny. I see what you're trying to do there, but it's not funny. So it makes me sad because it wasted a lot of John Cena's time when he could have been making something good.
Yeah.
But
I also watched a movie last night.
What'd you watch? Something better than that, I hope.
Oh yeah, I sent you a picture of it.
Oh yeah, you did.
I watched The Army of Darkness.
Who wants some?
Yeah, give me some.
Now, have you seen that before?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen. That's probably the 20th or 30th time I've seen Army of Darkness.
Such a great movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what the original title was?
Oh,
I love to tell people.
I was reading about it yesterday
because it's part 3 of the Evil Dead series.
Yes, which is funny because it's so someone was taught, and the reason I watched Army of Darkness, by the way, all of the Evil Dead franchise is back on HBO Max.
Yes.
Yeah, it just recently got put back onto HBO Max.
I don't think they have Ash versus Evil Dead, the TV series.
They did at one point.
Yeah, maybe they did. Yeah. Maybe they do. If so, watch it.
But it's excuse me, it's really interesting because someone was going over the timeline of Evil Dead, and it's really loopy because the timeline itself actually starts with Ash versus the Evil Dead. And they first go over like the creation of the Necronomicons, and there's actually multiple different Necronomicons. And that in 1300 AD, Ash gets thrusted into the medieval world,
which was the original title, Medieval Dead.
And then that happens, but it loops around to the original Evil Dead, to where they come across it. It's a really loopy timeline, but I mean, technically it starts with Evil Dead, and then Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness, and then Ash gets back to his own timeline, and then in 2013, I think 2013, there's the Evil Dead, there's the new Evil Dead movie.
Yep.
And then Ash versus the Evil Dead.
And the newest Evil Dead movies have evolved.
Yes. And then there's the newest one.
Yes, Evil Dead Burn. It's coming out in a couple weeks.
No. And then there's another one after 2013.
Yes.
That
Evil
came
Dead
out.
Rise.
Yeah, that came out in 2023.
Yeah.
And
which
then
I really liked.
Evil Dead Burn is the next one.
Yeah, and that's just a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
And the trailer looks great. So it's amazing how far that series has come, and how it mixes. And Sam Raimi, who created and directed it, says that the whole purpose of especially in
is there a lot of sediment in yours?
I haven't got that far down, but probably
there's a lot.
Yeah, there is.
Okay,
there is. Yeah. The whole purpose of the Evil Dead 2 and then onward is to mix horror with the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
And you can see that, and there's nobody better than Bruce Campbell to play that.
No, Bruce Campbell really did.
Yeah,
fantastic job.
And so it's been successful that long.
Well, the original Evil Dead was just a straight horror movie.
It was, yes.
And then they kind of leaned into a bit of comedy with the second one,
a little bit.
And then
actually quite a bit.
Army of Darkness just went full horror comedy,
and it has some of the most iconic lines in horror films ever. That opening sequence.
Yeah. This is my boomstick.
My boomstick.
Yeah.
Shop smart at S Smart.
Shop smart. Shop S Smart.
I because I am so old, I went when I was doing reviews for the newspapers. I went to a film festival once, and one night they had a surprise movie. It was airing at midnight, and they wouldn't tell you what the movie was. So we went down there because my buddy, John Larson, who was also a film reviewer at the time, was convinced it was Poltergeist. He just knew it was Poltergeist. He knew that Steven Spielberg was going to be there. He was all excited because it was going to be Poltergeist. Well, the filmmakers were there. Nobody knew who they were. They were skitting around, making sure the screen was right and everything else. Lights fade out. It's Evil Dead, the first Evil Dead movie. And so I saw it before it even opened in theaters. And it was interesting because nobody knew what to expect.
Yeah.
And then you watch it like, oh, the only person who I remember Stephen King's review, and he was not 100% honest with his review, but I like where he was going with it. He said that he loved Evil Dead because it starts out with a group of friends, some of whom become infected with this like demon virus, like demon-likeness. And the only way to kill them is to chop them in pieces. Thank God there's a chainsaw in the cellar, which is basically the story, but not the full story.
Yeah.
But I love that. And Ash versus the Evil Dead on Showtime kind of retells the whole kit and caboodle all the way to the end. And it takes you all the way to the end of, I don't want to say he dies because he doesn't. It takes you all the way to the end of the Ash storyline.
Yeah.
So have you seen all of those?
I have not seen all of it. I was watching it, and I think it got taken off of HBO Max, and then I couldn't finish it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because it went up to like season 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I couldn't finish it. So
that's the only time I've called a streamer and said I need to cancel the service, and they always say, "Well, why?" I go, "Because you canceled Ash versus Evil Dead."
Yeah.
That's literally, but of course I've got it back now. But I wanted to make a point. So anyway, that's the Army of Darkness is hysterically funny. They really go out of their way, and some iconic lines in there, like I said, and some great comedy from Bruce Campbell.
Yeah,
and by the way, that phrase that he's supposed to give to raise the army of the dead.
Yeah,
Batu Nikta Baru or whatever.
Yeah,
that's from the 1961 movie The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh.
And he can't. They tell him you have to say it exactly like this. He goes, yeah, I got it. Then he's there at the grave.
I didn't say every syllable.
That's great stuff.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, but they're all good to certain levels, but they're all good. I enjoy every one of the Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
What's going on at the box office here? It's all Minions and Pixar stuff. Toy Story.
Yeah, I saw Toy Story 5 last week. I don't think we talked about it on the show.
We did not.
It was definitely one of the better sequels that they've done. The last one, I was not a fan of the last one. I thought it was,
many people weren't.
Yeah, I thought it was really flat, to be honest. But Jesse is definitely the hero in this story. And originally, they didn't even want to bring Woody back at all. It was just going to be Jesse, basically, taking over Woody's position in the, Bonnie's toy crew.
Would have been cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it was good. It was very, very good.
Funny.
It was funny. It was good. It had a lot of great story to it. So, it was really interesting because it starts off with a shipment of like Buzz toys getting like a whole cargo
lost or hijacked or
gets lost and breaks open on a deserted island.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
And they all come out from that. And the question that I had, like, that I turned to Letitia and I was like, well, they've never had a person. How do they know to like go limp when people are around?
That's a good question.
And it was really funny because like as soon as I answered that, like literally like 2 minutes later, it gets answered. And they get their way, they build a raft and get back up to shore because they're following Star Command, which is like the north, star, and they're in this shipping yard and the security guard walks by and they instantly just fall over and go limp. And then the security guard, he's like, that's not my job, and walks away. And they were like, I was taken over by a strange presence, And so, but yeah, it was good. It was definitely a lot better than the last one. And in my opinion, I mean, they really could have just stopped with Toy Story 1 and 2.
But they can't. You know the story behind all that. Yeah. Disney owns Pixar now.
Yes.
And Disney has told them, we need another Toy Story movie. And Pixar says, no, we're done. And I think it's since like part 3. We're done with that. We don't know where to go. We don't want to mess up our history, our legacy, because we've made 3 great movies. And Disney says, well, if you don't do it, we're gonna. And they have that right.
Yeah.
So in order to save the property, Pixar continues to do Toy Story movies.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad that they're being forced to make these under the gun, but literally, either do it or we're going to do it. But at the same time, we're probably got a lot more better movies out of it because of that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that is the good news about it. Will there be a Toy Story 6? How much money has this one made already? Close to $500 million.
Yeah.
There'll be a Toy Story 6.
There'll be a Toy Story 6. So
yeah. I went to the theater and saw Jackass.
Okay.
It's just Jackass. Some people have complained because, a lot of these stunts are from previous movies. Did you look at the title? Jackass, the best and last.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a clip movie, with some added footage in it. Couple things in it that stood out. There's one scene, and I'm just going to use this term, and you guys most of you probably heard about it, even if you haven't seen the movie, because it's been talked about a lot. Shit twister. We'll just leave it at that. That scene's outrageous. It was my son and his wife and I went, and his wife brought a towel so she could cover her face during the sequences she didn't want to see.
Very smart.
Yes.
Very
and she wore it, I'd say a third of the movie, maybe. But anyway, so there's old clips, there's some new clips. The one clip that actually bothered me, though, is because I love Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
I love Johnny Knoxville, just laughs at everything. He's just Well, remember in the last Jackass movie, he got hurt severely.
Yeah.
That bull hit him, threw him in the air. He had ended up with a concussion, some broken back discs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was in serious condition. Well, he mentions that, and the next scene, he's back in the ring doing it again. And he gets hit by this bull. The bull throws him there. He gets up laughing his ass off like he does. And the director says, he goes to the director and says, let me see that. Because everything's shot on video, obviously, for the Jackass movies. And they look at it, and then Johnny's all, I don't like it. It's not big enough. I don't like the way it hit me. So they bring in this bigger bull, and it hits Johnny, throws him in the air, lands on it. Ambulance come and gets him. He's got broken bones and a concussion. They drive him off. Like, dude, why are you doing this again? You almost died last time. Now, thankfully, he's okay. And thankfully, he says every time they ask him in the movie, is this really the last Jackass movie? And he starts to pout and get sad. And you do, yeah, it's the last Jackass movie.
Yeah.
Of course, he's hosting Fear Factor now. So,
yeah.
Which I don't care what anybody says. There is no better choice for host for Fear Factor than Johnny. He should have been his from the beginning. But anyway, very funny if you like those movies. I noticed that the majority of women don't. Majority of men do.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just because we're idiots, and this movie proves it.
We're just a higher intelligence being. So.
Yeah, higher intelligence beings who set up lawn chairs behind a jet and have it start its engine.
Yeah. Did you do anything yesterday for the old 250 year? Did you go downtown at all?
No. We decided the downtown street fair has become kind of disappointing.
Okay.
They have too many commercial vendors there and not enough local vendors. And a lot of the local vendors have just given up. They can't compete with those commercial guys.
Well, here's the big. So I applied once to do a booth downtown during one of the fairs or parade or whatever it was, right? California or Ventura in general is so fucking crazy. So like you have to pay for the spot, right? You then have to get so you have to have insurance. You have to have insurance. No matter what you're selling, you have to have insurance. You then have to buy like a day pass for insurance as well. Like a single day. It was absolutely insane. And I was just like,
anybody make any money?
That's the problem. You can't make any money between the table, which was like, I think it was like $500 for a table. And then, getting a day pass for insurance. And I didn't have like a business insurance because it's just a booth thing. I don't need a business insurance for a booth for 3D printed Pokemon. So then I'd have to get that. And that was another $100 for like a weekend or whatever it was. And so it was just like, and then I had to show proof of that. And it was just like, what the fuck? There's no money, Typically
there's rules about the way you display your wares too. So
rules about that. And it was like, typically when I do a 1-day show, my average income for a 1-day show is about $600 to $800. So it's like the majority of my income is just on a table and insurance alone. Yeah. I'm not going to spend a whole day just to make $200.
No, it doesn't make sense.
To maybe make $200. Maybe. So,
well, it's certainly showing in the deterioration of the 4th of July street fair down there.
Yeah.
The fireworks were a dud this year. I wasn't there, but I've heard from many people that they decided to do it from the top of the parking structure there. But the fireworks only shot up like 15 feet.
So you couldn't even see them? They didn't do fireworks at the fairgrounds?
No, they did them. They did them from the top of the structure there. So that was a bust. And people who were standing right there couldn't see it because it was so short in the top. Again, this is what I heard. I was not there. But I heard from a lot of people. So the fireworks were a bust. It just didn't fly this year. And they need to fix it. They need to get things back in order. They obviously need to make the booths cheaper because there were maybe half as many booths as there were usually.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
So they'll figure it
And see,
out.
for like
What, the easy way or the hard way?
Like the commercial, like it's all a tax write-off when you don't make money and all this other stuff. It's a tax write-off. But a lot of these like with a commercial vendor, they have income, that they can fall back
They probably
on.
have insurance that follows them wherever they go.
Correct. But like the small vendor, this is how they make their money. Like this is how they make their money. They can't afford to potentially not make any money and be in the negative on every single fucking show. So, that they go to. So
then what's the point then?
Yeah.
You're just wasting your time.
Also, Anime Expo, speaking of a waste of time, Anime Expo is this weekend. Started on Thursday, and today's the last day. And for the second time, the fire department had to get involved because of so many people, and they were past capacity, and they had the lines to pick up your tickets were absolutely insane and all over the place again. They had it outside of the building this time, and it was just this crazy wrapped around fucking maze to get your tickets. But it was so packed, the fire department had to shut it down of anybody further coming in because it was at max capacity. And here's the problem: this has happened before, right? And like Anime Expo was sold out, but clearly they oversold the capacity of what the main problem is Anime Expo has gotten so big that where they host it every year does not have the infrastructure to handle it.
Outgrown that.
And Anime Expo has always been at the the Los Angeles Convention Center. No, the Convention Center.
LA Convention Center.
Yeah, the LA Convention Center. It's always been there as long as I can remember. And I think I only went to Anime Expo once, but typically I never go to Anime Expo for one reason, and that's because Josephine's birthday is always the same weekend as Anime Expo.
Right.
Anime Expo is always the first weekend of July. It's always, and Josephine's birthday is always the first weekend of July as well. It's July 5th, which is today. So I've never been able to go because it's her birthday, and but I don't have to worry about that anymore because she's 18 now. So
our Jeff Genet from the Backseat Mogul show was actually at Anime. I guess a friend of his had bought 2 tickets a few weeks ago, and then somebody couldn't go at the last minute.
Yeah.
So he took the ticket and he went down there. So we'll get a report from him down there as well.
But I get images from Artist Alley, which is just shoulder to shoulder sardine can.
That's no fun, man. That ruins it.
It does, and it's just absolutely the LA Convention Center just doesn't have the infrastructure for it.
Yeah.
No.
And if you don't have the room, then you shouldn't be doing the event. You should move the event. They do it all the time. You can do that. It's a pain in the ass probably, but you can do it.
I don't know. Other than where San Diego Comic-Con is hosted, I don't know what has the infrastructure to host that.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, but that's not in Los Angeles.
No, it's not. And I don't know if they could use the Coliseum. It's all outdoors.
Yeah. So it's insane. Absolutely insane.
Well, you're not there this year, so that's a good thing. But
no. But yeah. So
and is Comic-Con still that popular too? Because it used to be shoulder to shoulder.
Comic-Con, I think the popularity of Comic-Con has kind of dropped a little bit, but it's still crazy.
Yeah. That's the only reason I haven't gone, because I get invited every year through the shows, and I've never gone because of that. There's just too many damn people.
Well, you're talking about LA Comic-Con.
Yeah.
LA Comic-Con is fine. So I thought you were talking about San Diego Comic-Con.
No, we don't get invited.
No, we don't get
far for that.
Yeah, we don't get invited. We get invited every year to LA Comic-Con, and I was going to apply as a vendor for this year's LA Comic-Con.
Now, how does that work compared to Ventura?
They don't ask for shit, so
you just go in and sell stuff.
Yeah.
And once you pay for your booth.
Yeah. And LA Comic-Con was one of the more expensive booths I've ever paid for. I think it was like $500 but that's for 3 days.
Yeah.
That's for 3 days. And I made $1,700 or $1,800 really profit. But the problem with this year's LA Comic-Con, it's Halloween weekend.
Oh, drag.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when does Halloween fall on their schedule?
I think it's the last day. I think it's Sunday.
Okay, well that's usually the slowest day anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, but I still made good money even on that day.
Well, think about how much more you could make by selling Halloween themed things.
Yeah. So I ended up opting out of going to that because of. So maybe we'll just go Friday and Saturday.
Just hang out and interview people.
Do the interviews again. But so yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, that's our hour. We got anything else?
Oh man, you were like counting the minutes on that one. I just saw at one hour pass through, and you're just like, all right, well that's it. Get the fuck out.
I have been looking at it because I have to get my wife's car back home. My car is pinned between two other vehicles on the street, and I can't get it out. So I had to take her car, and I got to get it back. So I kind of was watching the clock this time, but because she's got appointments today, she's gonna make.
Oh. No, I think we're good. We'll be back next week to talk about other new anime that's aired. We have some new stuff dropping this week, so
yeah, and there's new movies opening and a couple of horror pictures, including Evil Dead Burns and other stuff. So, and I'll be making a surprise trip, which I can't announce right now, but I will next week. So we'll talk about that as well. So until then, thanks for watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you over to iProd. He's typically plays Dark Souls and stuff, but right now he's playing Dead Space 3 co-op. So yeah, so we'll send you over to him. Oh, target channels raid settings do not allow any raid. So I guess I will not be
going there.
Yeah. Let me see. Is there anybody else I can raid?
Is there a Chainsmoker Cat
podcast? Can I raid H June? H June is a Rust streamer. Nope. Probably don't have enough people to raid, so typically we have a bit more viewers today. This viewership was pretty low today.
It's the holiday weekend.
Yeah,
we didn't even do a backseat mobile show yesterday because there was no point. It was what it is. So
no raid today, guys. No raid today. So
go raid something yourself. You can do it. We have faith in you.
Go raid the fridge.
Yeah, that's a start. See you next week. Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.